Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thanks for joining us. It's May the 17th, 2025. We are here at WCCO again every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So you can see we got a full studio today, a lot of great information, some fun coming your way over the next hour. You can join us at any point by commenting on the social media stream wherever you're seeing us, or calling or texting 612-294-6949. The show is hosted by Scott Wolmering, Mike Overson, Luminate Bank, and I'm Ryan O'Neill with the Minnesota Real Estate Team and RE/MAX Advantage Plus. Appreciate you joining us, everybody. Got to welcome Mr. Adam Hartung in studio here today with Midwest Money Management. We've got Nick Esparza and James Dill as well with your PM Network, and we're getting ready to go live on air right now, live on CCO. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thanks for joining us, and hope your Saturday is starting off well. This is the Minnesota Real Estate Show every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., hosted by Mike Overson, Luminate Bank, Scott Wolmering, and myself, Ryan O'Neill of the Minnesota Real Estate Team, RE/MAX Advantage Plus. Hope your weekend is again starting off well, and we appreciate you joining us Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., talking all things real estate related, mortgage related. We've got some great partners in studio with us today. Adam Hartung with Midwest Money Management, James Dill and Nick Esparza as well with your PM Network. So thanks everybody for joining us. And Adam, good to see you there, buddy. Good to see you, young man.
Good to be here this morning, Ryan.
Good to have you. And again, 612-294-6949 is how you can join us by phone or text. That comes right to us in studio. So if you've got questions, comments, thoughts as we're going through a lot of the updates and information, don't hesitate to interrupt us at any point. First segment of the show, we like to dive in with a little bit of an update from a real estate standpoint. New listings here in the Twin Cities down just very slightly, down 0.2%. 1,635 new properties came onto the market this past week. Pending sales went up slightly. So accepted purchase agreements went up 2.6%. There were 1,128 accepted offers. And then the overall inventory of homes for sale is also going up almost 6%. We're up to a little over 8,600 homes for sale in the Twin Cities. That is encouraging news for fellow agents, brokers, for buyers out there. And Adam, then interest rate wise, interest rates are still at a relatively same spot. Right now, they're in the high sixes, is really where they have been for the last few months. And so they said the average 30-year fixed rate, it's a few hundredths of a percentage higher than last Friday. But again, 6.92, Adam, is what we're seeing there. So that range.
You know what's so funny about that is, I've been doing this for 26 years. And 26 years ago, that's exactly where rates were. I mean, I remember when I started in this business, rates had just come down below 7%. They were at 6.875. And the difference is now we look at 6.875 and we go, oh my gosh, rates are so high. And back then we were thinking, I can't believe rates are so low. They're below 7%. And it's amazing how different that can be. The exact same number, but your perspective on it is wildly different.
Yeah, again, obviously a lot of folks, listeners who bought during COVID, the COVID time period, with a lower rate, having a lower rate right now. And for many people, that's a reason that they're not moving, that they're not selling. But we are seeing sort of the dam start to break a little bit, where, again, we're seeing more people start to move for lots of different types of reasons. And so again, if you you are out there and you're hoping, our rate's going to drop another half point or a point, Mike Overson with Luminate has generally said he feels rates may tick down a little bit, but they kind of are where they are right now. And so I think, for you and your family, maybe thinking about, should we move? Should we buy something? We don't expect any real major changes really in the foreseeable future. So it's more of a personal thing, Adam.
Yeah, I agree with that. Obviously, rates affect the cost of purchasing, and so you've got to look at whether or not you can afford a house. But if you're waiting because you think, if you wait a few more months, you might get a little better deal on the mortgage, I don't think that makes sense. Again, not that rates couldn't come down, but I don't see a lot of pressure that they're going to come down significantly. And as we talked about before too, if you do buy and rates do move significantly lower, which again could happen, but you can always refinance. So again, if you're looking to purchase a home or to move, and if the financing works in terms of you can afford the payment, I wouldn't be waiting for a lower mortgage rate right now.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Our team, the Minnesota real estate team, we work with a lot of people, a lot of real estate investors as well, people that fix and flip homes, people that buy rental property and hold on to rental property. That's a little bit how I started in the business, is in that capacity. And my feeling with that is there's never a better time than the present. When I look back over all the years, there's always a reason to not buy. And generally, people feel in every market that the prices are high. I can think back of just really at any point where people feel, wow, the prices are high. I can't do this now. I can't invest in real estate now. Prices are way too high. And what I encourage people to do for real estate investing is to buy something and hold on to it and call yourself in 5 years. What do you think about that,
Yeah,
Adam?
You're right, Ryan. We look back at when you started in real estate investing, and I was there when it happened.
You encouraged me, friend. You said buy a duplex.
And again, you and I could both look back at it and say the timing on that was not great. I mean,
it was not good.
In hindsight, it was not the best timing to have purchased.
And I'm upset, yet, Adam. No, I'm kidding.
But the point is, you fast forward 25 years, and it was a good decision. I mean, you're in a much better place than you would have been if you kept living in your brother's basement.
Yeah, it was fun living in the brother. I mean, it was great. I mean, it was low rent. It was dark. No, it was a little bit. It was a little bit too much. But he was a good landlord. Tim was a good landlord. Hey, we're up against our first break already. We're going to be diving in with some real professionals here at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. If you go to mnrealestateshow.com, you can see all of our wonderful partners. These are not just random people that we said, come join us on the radio station every Saturday. These are trusted folks that we've worked with over the last 25 years, helping people buy through the buying, selling, investing process, fixing up your homes, any and all trusted partners in all categories. So be sure to check out mnrealestateshow.com. Hey, before the break, though, wanted to touch on a feature listing. This one is in Woodbury. Miss Heidi Huseth, great agent on the Minnesota real estate team, RE/MAX Advantage Plus. She's got a new one. This is just going live today, 8671 Quarry Ridge Lane, Unit D. Priced for $225,000. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1-car attached garage. It's got a bright and open concept with a breakfast bar, newer stainless steel appliances, LVP carpet and paint. Really, it's ready to move in. The upstairs has got double vanities, a large walk-in closets and laundry, and it's close to parks, shopping trails in Woodbury. Again, $225,000 for this property. Check out the pictures online. A very nice looking listing. 8671 Quarry Ridge Lane, Unit D in Woodbury. This is the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Hey, thanks for joining us on social media. We appreciate you all. We're wearing the matching blues today.
Yeah, I know.
Right? James, Nick?
Nick's the only guy that didn't get the memo.
Nick, you didn't get the memo. We can get a little, we can like AI it or something.
Yeah. Can you make my hair like a little bit nicer?
AI. Speaking of that, what do you guys think about AI? Random thought.
I love it is incredible how much time it saves me now. I use AI all the time. Like
Tell me
every
more.
day.
Like, how do you use it?
So the other day I was looking at 2 different investments that we were thinking about putting in our portfolio, and I was
Okay.
trying to decide which one we wanted to use. And so I went to Grok and I said,
Grok, yeah.
You like
I said-
Grok?
I do.
Yeah.
That is
I
my
love
favorite.
it.
I've got several of them, but that's my favorite. And I said, compare the 2 investments. Tell me where they're similar. Tell me where they're different. Tell me why one's better in one situation versus another. And it in 30 seconds, it gave me about a 5-page summary that would have taken me hours
so
to collect
thorough,
that data.
right?
I know
Like,
it's
It
crazy.
thinks of things that you wouldn't too. It's like, wow, this is great information that I can,
And there, if you wonder anything anymore, there is no reason that you don't know the answer. I mean, like,
So
all you have to
Grok.
do is think the question.
Grok, for everybody that's not a AI person, is on X,
Yep.
right? It's on
Grok
X,
is
so
X.
formerly Twitter. So do you have to do it on your phone? Is Grok always on your phone,
It's
or
on
can you?
PC.
No, yeah, you can
Oh.
get it on your PC too if you go to
there's
x.ai.
an app for it too.
Yeah.
The Grok app.
James, do you use Grok?
Yeah, like I'll use Grok for I use Grok for artwork.
Oh,
Really?
For like, yeah, because I like
Oh,
to
it's
do I like to
amazing
do
for
custom.
artwork.
I like to do my own custom artwork for like our website and things. But it's cool to use Grok to get some ideas, and it's unique. It's never gonna be. You're never gonna get the same picture twice.
Which
So-
it's crazy to me that you can ask it the same question twice like that to draw a picture and it'll be a different one. You'd think it would
Completely.
come up with the
Yeah.
And
you can
it,
ask it the exact same thing.
it'll
and it'll be
update
different.
your picture that it already made for you and keep it the same. It's crazy.
So one, oh, sorry.
Oh, we use Grok too for like projects.
Oh,
Like
sure.
we'll take a project, say like we want to build this house or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll run it through Grok just to have it, give us
And
information.
your cost
Basic
analysis, it gives you
yeah.
a cost analysis breakdown for this project that you're working on based on the area, location,
And it's
lots of features.
It's not
there.
accurate, so we have to go through and fix all the numbers, but it does give you all these bullet points, which helps.
Sure. Sure. We're getting ready to go back live on air on WCCO. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Hope your weekend's going well, everybody. Welcome back to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Hope your weekend's going well, everybody. This is a local real estate show. We are a local real estate team, the Minnesota Real Estate Team. We've got great agents really across the entire state of Minnesota, Western Wisconsin, here to help you with any and all of your questions, buying, selling, investing in real estate. Did want to touch on one other featured listing. Mr. Adam Benedict on our team has got a great one in St. Paul. $450,000 for this property. Address is 300 Wall Street, number 104. Adam said historic charm meets modern comfort with this modern, one-of-a-kind corner unit condo. It's in the Great Northern Lofts in downtown St. Paul. You've got 14 feet brick barrel ceilings. Cool. Sunfill windows, exaggerated archways, lots of updates. And the amenities abound, Adam said, with 2 off-street parking spaces. You got a party and an exercise room, private courtyard, bike storage, additional storage locker. Enjoy city living at its best. 300 Wall Street, number 104 in St. Paul. Be sure to check the photos out on that one as well. Each Saturday, we have 1 or 2 of our different preferred partners with us on air. Excited today. We got 2 great companies with us. And I wanted to introduce the first gentleman here. Adam Hartung is a certified financial planner professional and an accredited investment fiduciary. He's the president and founder of Midwest Money Management, located at 17316 Kenyon Avenue in Lakeville, Minnesota. Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc., Midwest Money Management, and JW Cole Financial and JW Cole Advisors are unaffiliated entities. Good morning to you again there, Adam. Great to see you as always, brother.
Yeah, always glad to be here, Ryan.
So, Mr. Adam, for those of you that maybe are longtime listeners, know Adam is one of my dear, longtime, closest friends, have known this man all of my adult life. And, through listening to the radio shows, I'm a huge champion of referring him and his business to anybody. Anyone listening right now is or could be a potential client of Adam and his team. Adam, tell folks a little bit about what you do and why I would say that.
Yeah. Midwest Money Management is a comprehensive financial planning firm. So, I mean, we help clients. We really try and get our arms around everything in their world, from whether it's retirement planning or college planning or cash flow, debt structure. We really try and help clients with everything that affects their financial world, and really be that go-to source and a partner that they can count on for whatever they need.
Yeah, and you think about it, sometimes we have people call in that, they're first-time home buyers, younger folks, they're struggling, working 2-3 jobs, trying to get out of the renting game and trying to think about maybe buying their first place. You've got people that are, that have had successful careers, that are thinking of maybe downsizing, have a larger pot of liquid funds and trying to figure out what to do. I mean, Adam, when you look at your team and the folks you work with, again, you work with everybody all across the spectrum.
Yeah, we do. That is one of the things, as a company we have, and as a team, we've talked about this many times. There are a lot of firms out there that have account minimums and they won't work with smaller clients. And we, of course, we've got a lot of very big, wealthy clients as well. But as a team, we made the decision we didn't want to do that we really wanted to, if we can help somebody, we want to be able to help them kind of no matter what stage of life that they're at. And so we've got a couple of young advisors on our team that are especially eager to work with some of the younger people. Cam, who was on the radio show about a month ago, is getting married today, by the way. So her wedding is this afternoon.
Well,
I am hoping she's not listening right now because she's got better things going on. But
yes.
After I leave the studio today, I'm headed to St. Cloud for the wedding.
Well, congratulations. Wonderful. She's a wonderful gal. I'm excited for you. Super excited for her. Hope it is just a great weekend, a great wedding. So congratulations. Adam, thoughts, tips, strategies for listeners here? It's been kind of an interesting world in your world with, we talk interest rates, all this tariff talk, trade with China and these other countries. Your business seems like it's been super volatile.
Yeah, the stock market this year has been very volatile, and it's kind of funny because I came in here, my message for today, I try and always come in with something, was really the importance of just getting started. And it's kind of the same message you were talking about with real estate, is that there's no better time than the present. And when it comes to retirement planning, the best advice that I can give you, the most important thing is not about which investment. I mean, I've got all kinds of opinions on what's a better investment or a better investment strategy, but the number one most important thing is that you do something. Get started, start setting money aside. For a lot of people, that's their employer plan. So they've got a 401k or a simple IRA through work, and that helps a lot of people at least get in the game. One of the things Cam pointed out at our team meeting is that there's a lot of self-employed people out there that probably listen to this show, a lot of real estate agents, for example, that are self-employed. And one of the disadvantages that you have being self-employed is that you don't have a company provided retirement plan. And, I would tell you that you really need to make it a point, and I would make 2025 be the year that you commit that you're going to do something. And even if it's not a lot, just to get something started. And for those of you that out there that are self-employed, a lot of times, I know we just passed tax filing deadline, but especially self-employed people a lot of times end up filing tax extensions. If you're self-employed, there are retirement plans that you can fund all the way up to tax filing extension deadline. So that means that if you're one of the people out there that filed an extension for your 2025 tax returns, you have until either September 15th or October 15th of this year, depending on your corporate structure, to still start and fund a retirement plan for 2025 that can save you money on that tax return. So it is not too late, depending on your circumstances, even to save money on your tax bill for last year and get started setting money aside for the long term.
So when you say set money aside, somebody may be listening and saying, look, I don't really have extra money, or much at all. Is it saying, look, I'm going to take $20 this month and I'm going to put it in a savings account where I bank, or what is it, Adam?
Well, it could be both. Ideally, we want to get people to two places. We want to get it so that their short-term savings, like you're talking about, is built up so that you've got at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in a savings account. And again, if you're self-employed, that number might be higher. That's another thing about self-employed people is when you don't have that steady income, you need a little bit bigger cash reserve. But at the same time, we want to get you started setting money aside into an investment account that's going to be for your retirement. And I don't care, again, if it's only $20 a month. Doing something is better than doing nothing. And the goal for everybody, just to give you something to shoot for, it should be 10% of your gross income. You should be setting aside 10% of your gross income for retirement. If your goal is to replace the income that you have right now and be able to retire at a normal retirement age with about the same standard of living, 10% is kind of that number you should shoot for. But don't let that be a hurdle. If you can't get there right now, do something. Move in the right direction, and we'll get you there eventually.
How do you guys deal with just the volatility that's been going on?
Yeah. So as an investment firm, we take a much, much more active approach than most investment companies. And I said that, doing something is always better than doing nothing. And I absolutely believe in that. Having said that, I know what sometimes holds people back is because they're worried about the stock market. They're worried about if they're going to put money in and they're going to lose 50% of their money because the market's going to decline. We take a very active approach for clients that want us to, at least, of defending and protecting those dollars. So, earlier in the year when the market started to sell off, we actually sold 100% of the stock assets in our tactical model. So our clients were entirely in money market. We've now, since the market has kind of stabilized and is recovering, we've taken about 60% of that money and put it back in the market now so that we're capitalizing on the upside, but we've still got protection. And if the market turns back down, we'll move back to cash. And so, those are the kind of things that we can do for clients on their behalf, for someone that's maybe worried about what's going to happen in the market. We watch it every day for them.
Yeah, I know we're already up against our second break, but I just wanted, again, encourage people wherever you're at in life to not have really any, again, a lot of people think, hey, I don't have any money to talk to a financial planner, or my credit is not good, or this or that. But again, I think about Adam when I was a young person, in 2001 and living in my brother's basement and paying rent. And, you just encouraged me, said, hey, maybe think about buying a house. And I went and bought this little duplex in Bloomington that's now becoming the House of Hope, by the way. And again, it just, the encouragement, I needed somebody that would listen a little bit, not have any judgment, just encourage me where I was in life. And that started a good positive momentum. So I'm super grateful for that, bud.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You and your team do.
No, you're right. And you touched on something else that holds people back. And that is, money is a scary thing, and it's something that's very personal. And so I do think there are people that are either afraid to talk to us or in some cases, maybe even embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because they're embarrassed to admit what they don't know. I can tell you that our team has seen this before. We know that money can be a personal and a complex subject. And like you said, no judgment. We're just there to try and help find a path forward. So don't let that be a reason that you don't do something to make your future better.
We will continue the discussion, but Adam, just so folks know the best way to connect with you and your team.
Yeah, you can find us on mnrealestateshow.com or at midwestmoneymanagement.com. You can also call our office at 651-204-3000. Again, that's 651-204-3000. There's no cost to sit down and just talk through your situation. We'd be happy to talk and see if we could help you.
Yeah, Adam Hartung, Midwest Money Management. Congratulations again to Cam on her wedding today. Before the break, I did want to touch on one other listing. This one's in Farmington, 1309 Larch Street in Farmington. $330,000 listed with Justin Voss, the Minnesota real estate team, and Remax Advantage Plus. He said this one has a fantastic floor plan. It's move-in ready. It's got a newer kitchen, main level living room, 2 full baths, 1 full bath with an oversized tub. It's 3-bed, 2-bath, and it's got great views overlooking a park with a pond, fishing and walking paths. There's a good sized deck and a fenced in yard as well. Check this one out online, 1309 Larch Street in Farmington for $330,000. Great single family home, wonderful property. This is the Minnesota Real Estate Show. It was great, great info, great content. Nick, James, as you hear Adam talking, what do you think?
Well, when I'm hearing Adam thinking, and thank you both, by the way, when you talk about caring for your customer, right, and caring about people and trying to look out for their best interests from a financial standpoint, we very much agree with that, because when it comes to our clients, a lot of people don't really know what they're paying for when it comes to construction. So under our model of transparency, how we care about them is we allow them to see all the real numbers, and that's how we show up and how we care for them, and give them a different opportunity for how their project is done.
Right.
And when it comes down to the financial market, right, we're talking about high interest rates and cost of living is more expensive. I think when you're going to do a project, you really want to know like where your money's going.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of hidden costs in a lot of the GC model. Not to knock the model, but we believe our model brings something different to where people can understand what they want to spend on their project. And it's kind of funny, because one of the stories that we have is when we were talking to one of our clients about working with us, who said a lot of the fears for a lot of people is that your contractor is going to take off to Vegas and take your money with. And it's like, well, that's actually exactly what happened on our last project.
Oh no.
And that's what led us to them making them a client with us.
Yeah. Yeah. You think about that industry. I'm hearing those stories. That's regulation. So the Department of Commerce, what regulates contractors? Is that right? Department of Commerce is
Department of Labor and Industry. Dolly.
Department of Labor. Okay. Department of Labor and Industry. And those stories, those are horror stories, because I can think of over the years clients that we've had where they've done a little project with somebody that they found. Yeah. that type of thing happens. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'd recommend any contractor to Midwest Money Management
Yeah.
to help them manage their finances. Like when we first started our company back in the day, we were GCs.
Yeah.
We were young. We didn't know how to manage money.
Yeah.
And you're taking these huge chunks of money from a client, and they're trusting you to manage their money when you don't know how to manage your
Sure.
own money. So that's one issue with contracting.
It's a really good point, James.
You wouldn't give $200,000 to a lot to someone.
You
like
should
that.
have a contractor.
No,
of
that's
course.
funny.
You'll give it to
Well,
a
you can't do
random-
courses anymore.
You'll give it to a random contractor who doesn't know how to manage that amount of money.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying all these companies can't manage money, but definitely we didn't. And I'll also say this too, from my own personal finances, I've left embarrassment. I've left that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Embarrassed because
That's good.
I love that because sometimes you just need help with your personal finances, and you
Yeah.
need someone who knows the market. So
Here we go. We're going back live on air. The Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thanks for joining us. Hello, and welcome back to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We appreciate you joining us and hope your weekend's going well, everybody. We are a local real estate team helping people buy homes, sell homes, invest in real estate. Love being on WCCO. We're downtown here on social media every week as well. Wanted to welcome on for the next segment our second partner here. We've got Nick Esparza, James Dill with a great company called Your PM Network. Nick, this is your debut on here. Welcome to the show. Tell people a little bit who you are and what you guys are doing.
Yeah, hi, Nick Esparza of the PM Network, which stands for the Project Management Network. A little bit about me is from the Twin Cities here, born and raised, and just kind of came up in the trades at a pretty young age. James and I here actually kind of got our start that way. And, we just wanted to bring something to the market that was a little bit more exciting and different. And by that, I mean, transparency is exciting because you'd rather have, the knowledge and information before you go into a project, understand what it is that you're going to do so that you have that information. Whereas a lot of people you don't have that information. And so transparency is an exciting concept that a lot of people don't want to talk about.
Tell people a little bit about that, why you're a little different maybe than a typical contractor, how that transparency piece works and what you're referring to.
Yeah, so the transparency comes down to the costs of the project, who's going to be working on your job. Our clients get to meet everybody before they choose which contractor is going to be on the job. It's rare. Look, most general contractors, they bring in their tradesmen and the client doesn't know who's going to be on their job. Under our model, they get to meet them beforehand, and then they select and they choose who gets to work on their job.
So you guys are the general contractor, is that right, Nick?
We are not.
Oh, you're not?
No, we're OPM,
Okay.
which stands for Owner's Project Manager. So, we're not a licensed general contractor. What we do is we come in and we are the owners. We're the representative. We represent the client, and so we make sure that the tradesmen and the money and the materials and the schedule is managed for them for their best interest.
So you're helping the homeowner navigate basically the different contractors to put the project together?
Correct. Yeah, it's just a little bit different strategy to how we do it, and I got to say, our clients really do love it because not only do they get to see the full cost, they get to meet the teams and get to pick the teams. Like how many construction projects do you know where you get to pick your team?
So give me an example. What kind of projects would I call you guys for?
We love to do additions, kitchens, total home renovations, ground up construction. So if a new home, and this OPM model of being an owner's project manager isn't new, especially with home building, but it is great from the sense like, okay, you want to do an addition onto your home. Well, we're going to bring out 3 trades for each area that needs to be worked on the property. The homeowner gets to meet each one of those tradesmen, and then they make their selection. So it's very unique in the sense that they get multiple bids and get to see what those numbers are real time with no hidden markups or fees.
So, can you think of a recent project or anyone that you guys have been working on? Maybe an example, or anybody recently that you've worked with, James or Nick, or somebody where you've helped in this model?
Yeah, we worked with some great clients in Forest Lake, and they got a couple bids to do their project. It was a home addition on the front of their home, and their whole home needed updating. So they got a couple bids from just a regular GC or / design build company. Their bids came in around $350,000 to $400,000.
Wow!
And
So a big renovation.
That's typical. It's typical though for an addition. I mean, cost for additions it's not cheap.
Yeah.
So with our model, as we come in as the owner's rep, we're not holding. We don't take all their money. We have our model's a little bit different, so we don't hold the client's money. So when we come in, we bring in all the tradesmen, like Nick was talking about. But we wound up saving them, I'd say around $80,000. I think we got it all in for them for about $260,000.
Oh my gosh!
Because we're not holding the money. We don't have all that overhead. We don't, our clients do well, we do well, and the tradesmen all do well. And so with our model. So,
and was that a full addition to the home, or was that adding a sunroom or a kitchen?
It was about a 10 by 24 foot 2-story addition on the front of their home, plus redoing their entire kitchen and the walls and trim in their house.
Wow, so pretty significant.
It was significant, yeah. So yeah.
Adam, what do you think when you hear that?
Yeah, I'm curious, and I hope this isn't too forward a question, but how do you guys get paid? Like, how do you make money? Do the clients pay you directly? How does that work?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you, Adam. That is the only way we get paid, is we get paid our fee. All the rest of the funds are held by the client, and those funds go to pay for the material costs in the job, and they also pay the tradesmen. And we facilitate that through documentation, like a conditional lien waiver that they sign saying, you're paying this money, and this document is live once it clears the bank. So it protects the homeowner, and also the tradesman feels comfortable signing it because it doesn't go into effect until the funds are in their account. So it's a really cool setup how we protect both the client and the tradesman.
Yeah, that's very interesting, James. Are there many other companies like this model in the Twin Cities versus doing the general contractor route?
Yes, there is one other company, and it's called Ownerbuilt.
Okay.
And Ownerbuilt's been around in the Twin Cities for a while. And they're a smaller management company.
Sure.
But I became good friends with Christian, the owner of Ownerbuilt. He's a good guy, great guy. And it was a really cool model. But what we did is we kind of took that model, but we mixed it with our way of doing business, which was like we mixed it with tech.
Sure.
We mixed it with a couple other things to bring extreme transparency and make it great for. That's why we call ourselves the PM Network. because we make it better for the client and for the tradesman on the site.
Huh.
And it's better for us too, because nothing is hidden, you know.
And you guys originally met, what was it, like 25 years ago, you said?
25 years
25 years ago. So
Yeah.
you've known each other a long time. You built up a lot of these relationships with people in all the aspects of houses and construction. I'm sure that's what has allowed you to do this type of network of people.
Yep, we've learned a lot along the way. We were a GC back in the day, and it was tough. It was tough being a GC in Minnesota. But a couple things that we learned was it's difficult. It's difficult to manage finances as a GC.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to deal with things like transparency as a GC.
Hmm.
You know, so when you don't have that, it creates questions on the job site. You know, it can create issues between clients and contractors and things like that. And so the money can be a big issue. And so we wanted to solve problems in the industry, and the money issue is a problem that we really set out to solve.
And just from a process, so is it people are thinking of maybe doing that addition, doing that home improvement, reaching out to you guys? Talk a little bit about that process and the best way for people to connect with you.
Yeah, I guess our process is we start with first steps. And so if people reach out to us, we do a first steps report on their property. We talk to the city planner. We figure out every detail that you would need to figure out before you do your project, so that you know if it's going to be worth it for you to get a designer. Is it going to be worth it for you to, you know, have plans drawn up and build plans made? And is it going to be worth it for you to get a site survey and things like that? And so we do first steps and to figure out if you can do your project. And then we're kind of like a design build. We just go into every detail of building your project out.
Best way, we'll continue the discussion after the break, but best way for people to connect with you guys.
Yeah, the best way to connect with us is you can look us up online at www.yourpmnetwork.com, or you can call us directly at 651-325-6834.
Yeah, one more time, that number.
That number is 651-325-6834.
Well, we're going to continue the discussion with these guys. Two very good folks, a great company. Again, mnrealestateshow.com. You can find the guys there as well. Before we break, had one other listing. This one is actually a condo in Minneapolis, 215 10th Avenue South, Adam, number 320 in Minneapolis. There's a new price on this one, $639.9. 2 bed, 2 bath. It's very close to Gold Meadow Park. It's got great amenities with a pool overlooking the city, the stadium. There's a fitness center, climate-controlled wine locker, 2 parking stalls. Wow, 1,800 finished square feet. Full storage locker located on the unit. You get it's Bridgewater Lofts, which is in downtown East, and it's a coveted spot to start a life in the city. 639.9. Laura Marquardt with the Minnesota Real Estate Team and RE/MAX Advantage Plus has that one listed. Great property as well. Check out those photos. We're up against our final break here. This is the Minnesota Real Estate Show. It was really good info, guys. That's it's a cool concept. Adam, what do you think as you hear that?
Yeah, no, I know how difficult it can be to try and find a contractor. Do you guys, are you just in the Twin Cities? Kind of geographically, what areas do you cover?
Yeah, Twin Cities for the most part. We are taking on a couple of different jobs up like Sauk Center, all the way up past a little bit Cambridge area. And these are for a couple houses that want to build,
Sure.
which are they're fun.
I'm, like a lot of people in Minnesota, I've got a cabin up north, and we've got a project that we've been trying to do for years, and literally can't find the right people to do it. So I don't know if that's
what we do.
Okay.
So yeah, we basically, when someone contracts with us to do their project, we do all the groundwork for them. We'll find multiple trades, multiple tradesmen per trade in the areas that they live. Usually we try to do it in the area they live, so geographically it's easier for the contractors.
Keeps costs down.
But when we have really good guys, we have a lot of good guys though. And so we do give we do bring in our A team a lot of times on projects, even though they're further away, and give them a chance. But
That's probably a frustration. I would think what you just said
Yeah.
is you own a property and you can't find anybody to work on it.
Yeah.
But it sounds like what you're doing is you even help in those situations to
Totally.
help.
And so you'd be able to help find somebody, even if it was, 2-3 hours north. Of the
Absolutely.
city.
We're the owner's
Okay.
representative, and we're going to do anything and everything to make that project happen.
Huh.
And so
It's
And-
just about finding the right fit. Like I said, Sauk Center, it's a couple hours away, and there's not a vast amount of subcontractors to choose from. A lot of them are the general contractors, right?
Yeah.
So finding the right fit for the project and what fits your budget. So
Sure.
just kind of making sure all those things line up for you and are beneficial.
Excuse me.
yeah, like we have an electrician we work with a lot, Jay Betcher. They're awesome. They go up north. They have guys
Is it Jay
up
Betcher or Jay Becker, right?
Becker. Sorry. So
Hey, we're losing you a little bit, Nick. We got to pull you over a little bit. You're
Yeah.
poor Nick. Suddenly, I'm seeing him slowly.
I'm
I was
pushing Nick out of the picture.
drifting, I apologize.
No, it's really good, but it's a cool concept, you guys. Really cool concept. Yeah, I like that. I like the thinking, especially being the representative for the owner. To help the owner.
Yeah,
you
we
guys.
really. I don't know. It might sound cheesy, but our motto is there's a better way. We feel like there's always a better way to do things.
Yeah.
And so I think in this industry there's a need for a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I mean, people have been doing things the same way for a long time, but with tech and with
With Grok.
yes, with Grok, yeah, you adding Grok. There's different ways to do
Saved me
things.
so much time.
Grok.
Yeah.
How did he come up with that name? How did Elon come up with that name, Grok?
Like he comes up with everything.
I know, right? Here we go. We're going back live on air. Final
Yes,
segment
Maximus.
at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thank you. Hey, welcome back to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thanks for joining us. Linda Andrade has got a great listing, 2212 Conway Street. This is in St. Paul, 279.9. It's got a brand new roof and gutters in 2024. Lots of kitchen and bathroom updates here in 2025. New stainless steel appliances, finished lower level with a fireplace, built-in bar, walkout access. Got a fully fenced yard, and it's close to the Conway Rec Center, Battle Creek Trails, 3M, I-94, and more. 279.9. Great property, 2212 Conway Street in St. Paul. In our last listing, Miss Sue Marty's got one over in the Western Burbs, Chanhassen, 749.9 for this, 2961 Highwood Drive. It is a high-end, Sue says, high-end luxury executive living built in 2017. It's got almost 3,000 square feet, hardwood floors, enameled woodwork, quartz countertops, built-ins, all without the $1 million price tag, Sue says. Freshly painted, move-in ready. It's south-facing, so it's bright. It's got light. Primary suite is exceptional. And for fellow agents, brokers listening, the seller is paying a 3.1% buyer broker payout. 3.1% buyer broker payout. 2961 Highwood Drive in Chanhassen, 749.9. Check that one out. Adam, what do you think? What do you think of that? What do you think of that one, bud?
That property, that sounds it sounds very nice.
Move in and enjoy.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, you were just talking about your cabin. Are you heading up to your cabin?
Not headed up to the cabin this weekend. I've got the wedding in St. Cloud to go to, but
Yeah.
we'll be up there over Memorial Day.
Cabin living. Adam, we're in our last segment. Last thoughts for folks from your standpoint, Midwest Money standpoint, how you help people with kind of everything money related.
Yeah, just again, to go back to what I said before, and that's that if you don't have a plan right now, you should. If you're worried about the markets, we can help with that too. So whatever it is that's holding you back, if you know you should be doing something and you're not, reach out to us. Our team, everybody on the team is friendly. We're all there to help. All we want is to find a better path forward for you. So find us at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. We're happy to help.
Yeah, very cool. James?
Yeah, Adam, what about someone who is looking to do a project on their home? How would you advise them? Is there anything that they could do to prepare to
You're saying financially?
Yes, financially.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
I thought I was going to tell them that they should call you. But,
well, these projects can be expensive, An addition can be expensive. 4-season porches are expensive. and
No,
things.
I mean, you're right. I mean, and that is some of the goal planning that we do. So, I mean, when we have clients that have a project like that, we can talk them through, how much can they save up, what can they maybe afford to finance, go through all of those options with them and help them make sure that they have a plan that's feasible.
Yeah, again, usually in those cases, Adam, are people using cash for something like that? Is there a home equity line of credit that they're getting
I
for
was
that?
going to say, on a home project like that is a perfect place to use a home equity line of credit. I actually prefer a fixed home equity loan. You can use a line of credit, in my opinion, if it's going to be more of a short-term thing where you just need the money and you're going to pay it back fairly quickly. But if you're gonna actually finance a project like that for the long term, I would actually look to get a fixed rate home equity loan. Because again, we know that interest rates have the ability to move, and while they can go down, they can also go up. And so I actually would look to get some fixed rate financing.
Very cool. Very cool. Nick, last thoughts for folks from the good folks at your PM network?
Yeah, when you're looking to do a project and you want it to be transparent, you want to be in a relationship styled. You want to work with a relationship styled company. If you're in a relationship with someone, there's no transparency. Wow, that sucks, right? So having that transparent model, a business model for your home construction needs, give the PM network a call. Again, the number is 651-325-6834. And we will do our best to come and give you an analysis of what it is that you want to have done on your project and explain more in depth and more in detail of how our project management system and platform works to benefit you.
James, Mr. James Dill, any last thoughts for folks here as we head to the home stretch?
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you would like a project done on your home, we're all about a better way of remodeling. So we're just trying to present a different way of doing things to the Twin Cities, a different model that's very beneficial for our client and beneficial for the tradesman.
I was going to ask, if there's tradesmen out there that are listening, should they be reaching out to you as well to find out if they can be a partner with you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Reach out and, we'll give you access to our clientele. It's really.
Yeah, very, very good folks. And I appreciate you guys, both partners, being here today. mnrealestateshow.com is where you can find both of these great companies, all of our preferred partners. And again, if you're a buyer out there, a seller, you have a family member, friend, son, daughter, niece, nephew, we would be honored to help you again with our team, the Minnesota Real Estate Team. We literally have agents on our team all across the state of Minnesota and western Wisconsin, and we work kind of all price ranges. Sometimes people will ask, hey, is there a certain price point you work? We've got everything. Scott has a property, a $2.5 million listing right now down in Lakeville. And we've got folks that have reached out that are, looking $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Maybe it's a mobile home. Maybe it's something, lower price point. So we literally, when you look at our transactions, work with everybody. So don't ever feel bad about reaching out. Again, 612-294-6949. Adam, are you heading out right after the show, bud?
I am.
Yeah. I might hop in the car with you.
All right. Sounds good. You can crash Cam's wedding. She won't mind.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, James, good job today. You guys did a nice job. Very informative for people. Great stories, great information. Encourage people to reach out. James, I like what you brought up about contractors having a financial plan or two to help with those large sums of money that people are working with too.
Yes, sir. I mean, we all need it.
Yeah.
And so especially, in the contracting industry, we need it.
Yeah. Yep. It makes sense. Hey, it's been a fun show here at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Want to thank my buddy Ryan for coming in every Saturday morning to deal with us. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. He's here bright and early producing all the good shows here on WCCO. And thanks again, most importantly, to our listeners, wherever you're catching us on social media or on WCCO. Please don't hesitate to reach out at any point. We are certainly here to help you. Adam, again, are you gonna do any guitar playing for me, bud? This guy is a great guitar player, by the way.
Anytime you want, Ryan.
You need to.
All right.
You need
I'll
to
live stream for you.
You'll have to
Adam.
teach me some tips.
Yes. Adam I was trying to share a few TikToks with him with a guitar player cranking out to some, he was classically trained, but Adam plays a little classical. He plays a little heavy metal. This guy's impressive with his guitar playing, but hey, it has been fun. Sorry, I go on tangents, but we like to have a little fun here at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Got a great show coming up after us here on CCO2. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Take care, everybody. Hey, thanks, guys. Great work. Great work. James, you play any guitar?
Just self-taught.
Yeah, you do, dude.
He's actually pretty good.
James.
I play piano, like I play by ear. My mom could play by ear.
Oh.
She could play violin by ear, and I got that from her. And so I love to play piano. I write music on piano, and play guitar. So
Nice.
I know about 20 or 30 chords. That's it.
Hey,
But you can do a lot with 20.
You can
or
do a
30
lot,
chords
yeah.
when you
Hey.
can play by ear.
And I want a lot of nice comments from a variety of different folks. Kevin, Steve, Thomas, Bill, Crystal, Jen, Steven. Crystal is watching too, bud.
Oh, really?
Yes. She says good morning.
Oh, good morning, honey.
He did a great job. He did a great job, Crystal.
I
Did
tried.
did a great job. Really good job, guys. Very informative today. Appreciate it, Adam.
Yeah.
Good work to you. We're going to sign off for now. Again, if you have a topic, tip, anything you would like us to hit on future shows, please don't hesitate to reach out. Let us know at any point. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of the weekend. We'll be back at you next Saturday at 10. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.